GG's, brother. You had a good run. I'm wishing you nothing but the best, but it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. Wrap that bag up. Pack it up. Send it on its way. What is going on, guys? It is JJ here, back with a new video. And today we are going to take a look at how bad Nicholas Latifi really has been. Obviously, it's been announced today that he is officially done with the Williams team. He's probably done in F1. I don't see another team really onboarding him unless they desperately needed sponsorship. Still, wish nothing but the best for Nicholas Latifi, but with that news breaking today, you know what, we've had to figure out how bad he really has been in F1, because he's been atrocious to watch. The fact that the CRASHTIFI nickname is a thing is a little depressing on his end, but at the same time, he has had his moments here and there. But I think he's being replaced by like Nick DeVries. I don't know exactly how you say his name, but wish him nothing but the best going forward. Maybe we'll see him in IndyCar, maybe we'll see him in NASCAR. I think he'll stay in racing in some way, shape, or form. But down goes one Canadian driver, and in comes another new one for Williams. It's going to be very interesting to see how the Williams team performs next year. Honestly, with two good drivers, Albon and DeVries, seems like a decent team, but somebody, you know, in the grid has to be last, and I have a feeling it's going to be one of DeVries or Albon. But without Latifi, who knows what we're going to see. Maybe Lance Stroll will just be alone in the back with maybe like Mick Schumacher or something. But anyway, we're going to take a look at how bad Nicholas Latifi really has been in F1. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and let's get into the video. As well, guys, you can find the original video down in the description below.
For the second time in 3 seasons, Nicholas Latifi is on track to finish 21st in a 20-car championship.
Sorry, let me fix the quality, which also, that is insane to think about. Like, Nico Hulkenberg has scored more points than him.
And that is just not good enough.
Or Nick DeVries has scored more points than him.
Formula 1, you have to be in the top 0.0001% of race drivers in the world. So there's no shame in saying you made it there, even if you couldn't compete. Unfortunately for the man fondly called Latifi, the Italian Grand Prix was the final nail in the coffin that will hold his F1 career. We all know he's bad, but just how bad is he?
Very.
Let's check out some numbers
which is
and look
depressing.
back at
It
what
is
has
kind
been
of
an
depressing.
undistinguished career. At the end of the summer break, Nicholas Latifi believed that with an upgraded Williams chassis, he was showing he deserves to stay for a 4th season in F1.
No,
a perennial backmarker since being given his Williams chance in 2020, Latifi has scored points in only 2 of his 53 starts so far.
Do we need to do the math on that? 2 out of 53. It's less than 4%. I think it's less than 3% of races that he's in, he scored points.
Back-to-back races
3%.
in Hungary and Belgium in 2021. That is the same Belgian Grand Prix that saw no laps raced and that George Russell, his teammate at the time, finished 2nd. However, the Canadian
one of the races that he scored points in of those 2
was upgraded.
didn't even race.
To setting the
That
quickest
blows
time
my
in
mind.
FP3 on a drying track and a fastest sector in Q1, both at the Hungarian Grand Prix. I feel much more comfortable in the position I'm in, showing up at the weekends knowing, okay, if I drive the way I know I can drive and get as much as I can out of the car, then the performance is where it needs to be, which I think is deserving of staying in F1, Latifi told the media. Just getting to Formula 1 is hard enough, but in 2019, Latifi's 2nd place finish in the Formula 2 Championship was enough for Williams to take a chance on him.
Well, that's the thing though, is that he has proven he's a good driver to a degree. Like, I think his max is F2 probably, which it wouldn't be a bad thing maybe for him to return to it.
Driver who beat him that year was Nick DeVries, but we'll come back to the Dutchman shortly. For now, let's stick with Latifi. Nick may have been the better choice just on pure driving skill, but F1 is about far more than just skill.
Money.
In 2019, Williams were in a terrible place financially. They were actively looking for but in desperate need of capital to keep them afloat. It was a very similar situation to the one at Haas that led to Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin getting seats in 2021.
And it built them a good car this year,
had his father's name and sponsors to go with it, and Mazepin had his father's money. In Latifi's case, it was the 2-hit combo of his father's mother and the backing of the Bank of Canada as a sponsor. Pay drivers might not be so much of a problem in Formula 1 anymore, but they definitely still exist, and Latifi is a prime example. Since Latifi has been at Williams, the team has changed hands, and the financial situation is far better than it was, and now it's time for the team to get competitive.
So in order for them to actually get competitive, they gotta let Latifi go, but it's gonna mean a huge loss in capital. It's depressing, but I hope Nick DeVries is there, ready to sort of take it up.
Unfortunately for Latifi, it's the man that beat him to the F2 title that is back to haunt him, Nick De Vries. At the Italian Grand Prix, a low-key FP1 rookie spot for De Vries seemed nothing out of the ordinary. A diagnosis of appendicitis for Alex Albon and an emergency surgery was more out of the ordinary though, and the Mercedes backup De Vries was ready to take a seat in a Williams for the weekend. Quick side note, Albon suffered respiratory failure and was treated in intensive care following the appendix surgery at the weekend. The 26-year-old had an operation on Saturday but suffered post-operative anesthetic complications and was put on a ventilator.
Which is
Albon
insane.
came off the ventilator on Sunday morning and Williams says he will be home soon. We, and I'm sure you will,
I want him to get better. I mean, that's terrifying. That's a terrifying thought.
and look forward to seeing him racing again.
Is that his girl? Damn.
Nicholas Latifi crossed the finish line in 15th in the Italian Grand Prix.
Damn.
Only 4 dropouts and Kevin Magnussen finished below him in Monza.
Hold up, I'm still stuck on Albon's girl. Damn. I mean, I know how he's pulling it, but still, damn.
Stand-in Nick De
Know what
Vries
you gotta do, brother.
scored points and finished 9th. Despite his own performance, Latifi wasn't surprised that temporary teammate De Vries scored points. That's where the car was supposed to finish. I think if we'd been at the front, we could have finished there too. But our car is not really suitable for racing. It's more stay where you drive. Unfortunately for Latifi, losing out to a temporary stand-in who'd only driven the car in a test session back in Spain in May and in FP3 was the last straw for pretty much everyone. The excuses have run out and the Canadian is being told it's time to leave. Before we look at what the F1 world has to say about Latifi, let's look at just how bad he has been. Until
you already said it, 2 for
season,
53.
Latifi sat 21st in the 20-car championship, behind Aston Martin's 2-race stand-in Nico Hülkenberg. Fortunately for Latifi, though, the first lap multi-car crash meant there were 6 retirements, the most in a single race so far this season, and he was able to finish 12th to pull himself up the Drivers' Championship leaderboard. Nick De Vries scoring points in Italy put him back in 21st position though, but that doesn't tell the whole story. The best comparison we can make is to the man in the same machinery as him, Alex Albon. When you put them head to head in qualifying, Alex has beaten Nicholas 13 times in the 15 qualifyings they were both in. From those qualifying sessions, Albon has an average grid position, that is where they start the race, of 15.4.
Which is still not great. I mean, it's still not great for Albon, but it's proof that the Williams machinery has just not been up to level. So, I mean, it's a good indicator of that.
That is the worst in the championship. In terms of actual pace he's missing, Latifi's lap times are about 1% short of the car's perfect lap times. Alex is only missing about 0.2% of the car's perfect lap time out there, meaning he is driving the car far closer to what it's capable of. In races they both started, Latifi has averaged 15.77 position. Albon has managed 12.62. Again, Latifi is the worst in the championship. Of those 15 races, he's only outclassified Albon 3 times, and 2 were thanks to Alex getting a DNF. You could actually argue that Latifi has managed to go backwards since joining Formula 1. In 2020, he finished 21st in the championship, thanks to Hülkenberg stepping in as a backup in a few races. But if George Russell hadn't replaced the COVID-stricken Hamilton and Sakir, he would have beaten the Brit in the Drivers' Championship that year. In 2021, discounting Russell's second-place finish in Belgium, Latifi's average finishing position was only 1.5 places worse than his teammate. Then, this season, well, we've already spoken about that, but it's definitely getting worse than better. The wider Formula 1 community were already unconvinced by Latifi, but the loss to his teammate in Italy has pushed the media to finally turn on the Canadian. The criticism isn't cruel.
Which sucks. It really does suck. Because I mean, he's a nice person. He honestly is a really nice person. Like, when they do all the interviews and stuff, he's hilarious. Great guy. Probably really nice to be around, and he's probably really good to the team.
3 years
Just not
of racing,
good in the driver's seat, which is a shortcoming of his own, but it sucks.
Damon Hill is one who has no sympathy for Nicholas Latifi. The Canadian's performance at the Italian Grand Prix showing he hasn't got the pace to stay in Formula 1. Hill says he does not deserve to retain his Williams seat for the 2023 championship. I'm sorry, but this is the way it is. The 1996 world champion told Sky Sports. In this case, Nicholas hasn't got the pace he needs to stay in that position in Formula 1. He's had some good moments, but along comes a guy who's not even driven in the Grand Prix before, and he's done a fantastic job.
So
Social
Nick De
media
Vries
wasn't
showing
any
up
kinder to the
literally
driver
ruined his
either.
chances.
A number of F1 fans urged Williams to immediately fire Latifi and replace him with the Dutchman De Vries. Hoping to see De Vries in the Williams again in Singapore, one wrote, "They need to immediately sack Nicholas Latifi after this embarrassment," another chimed in.
He did drive
Despite
really,
everything
really
being
well.
said about him and the pain of
But he's
knowing
not going to get
his Formula
sacked
1
immediately.
career
Nick
must
De
now
Vries
be
is going to have to wait his
Latifi
turn.
managed to be complimentary of De Vries' weekend. Asked what he thought about being beaten by a driver who was only told he could drive just before FP3, Latifi replied, "What do you think?" Before adding, he quickly picked up a good pace. He jumped in the car for FP3 and it was quite impressive how fast he went straight away. Everyone knows that Nick is a fast rider. So yeah, it is impressive what he's done.
See, that's what I mean. He's a gentleman about it. But I'm guessing he didn't think that this was going to be the nail in the coffin for him, which kind of does suck. But at the same time, Latifi, GG's, brother. You had a good run. I'm wishing you nothing but the best, but it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. Wrap that bag up. Pack it up. Send it on its way. Go to IndyCar. Or FP2. Or not FP2, sorry, F2. Wouldn't be a bad thing. Would not be a bad thing at all. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know how bad you guys feel Nicholas Latifi is, and I'll catch you guys for another video. Peace.